Hello, leading ladies. I am so excited to be joining you virtually for your lock-in. I am the Family and Consumer Sciences Agent at the Warren County Cooperative Extension Office. My name is Christy Shive, and tonight we are going to be talking about professional etiquette, dining in style. So I want to start off by reading this quote. It says, "Whoever one is and wherever one is always in the wrong if one is rude." Now, we are going to be talking a lot about the do's and don'ts of proper etiquette. And while that's important, I want you to remember to not get hung up on what's proper, but to always remember that kindness is the most important thing. So many of you are going to find yourself in a situation where you will attend an important dining experience that could potentially help you network with important people in your life. Networking is when you interact with others to exchange information and develop professional and social contacts. A dinner that you attend while you're in high school could give you the opportunity to meet individuals that you may end up working with in the future. Making a good impression is important so that these individuals remember you in a positive way. If you have never learned about a banquet style place setting, then you probably wouldn't know which utensils are used for what. And that's what I want us to start off by talking about today. I know that looking at this place setting may seem a little overwhelming, but I hope to take away some of that intimidation and break down what each utensil and plate is for. In front of you, you should have a placemat. It's also up here on the screen that shows an example of a banquet style place setting. This is a great resource, and it's okay if you have to refer back to it. We don't eat like this every single day, so it's normal to forget what each plate, what each utensil is for, and where it goes. I can always email this to the staff of the school, and you can just print it out on regular pieces of paper if for some reason the place settings that you have in front of you tonight get dirty. So never fear, I can always send another copy. So let's go over it. So I want you all to look at your place setting or at the place setting up on the screen. Number 1 shows your bread knife and plate. Number 2 is where your napkin belongs. 3 is your salad fork, and 4 is your dinner fork. You'll notice another fork that has number 14 next to it. That is your dessert fork. So I want you to think of your place setting as working from the outside in. Typically, you get your bread first, next your salad, dinner, then dessert. So a place setting is designed so you can work from the outside inward. Number 5 represents your salad plate, and number 6, your dinner plate. Your salad plate sits on top of the dinner plate because you will typically get your salad first, which means you'll probably eat your dinner or your salad first. It's similar to a restaurant. when the waiter will bring out the salad before your meal. It's the same in a banquet setting. You'll eat your salad first. 7, 8, and 9 represent your dinner knife, dinner spoon, and then your coffee spoon. Coffee is typically served after dinner along with dessert. A spoon is provided for anyone who likes to add cream and sugar to their coffee. Next, you'll notice a cup and saucer, which is number 10, and that is for your coffee, and it's located right next to the coffee spoon. 11 represents your beverage glass, while 12 is your water glass. Now, this may seem like a lot of beverages, and it is. This type of setting is typically pretty nice because it's a special occasion. And that's why it's important to learn what everything is, because we don't always get to dine like this. At least I don't. 13 is my favorite, and that's the dessert plate. And right before that is number 14. And that is where your dessert fork or spoon belongs. So I'm sorry, right below your dessert plate. So this is a great guide because, at least for me, I love how it's easily numbered. You can quickly look above and see where everything goes. And so that's why it's good to practice in a setting like you all are tonight. In addition to knowing the proper use of each utensil, there are some other etiquettes to keep in mind. So let's first think about using our napkins. When you first sit down, it's polite to unfold your napkin once and place it in your lap. If you leave the table, place your napkin on your chair. When you're finished, place it back to the left side of your plate, which is where you got it from. If you accidentally drop your napkin, you can politely ask the waiter or worker for another. If you go to the bathroom and realize that you forgot to leave your napkin in your seat, don't panic. Don't run back to your seat. Just leave it wherever you put it. If you put it on the table, if you put it on an empty plate, no worries. Just come back, sit down, and then discreetly put the napkin back in your lap. So next, we want to think about proper etiquette while eating the food. Of course, we want you to enjoy eating your food, but if you're in a special setting like this, then it's probably an important meal. And so we just want to prepare you with some tips to help you be your best. It's always polite to wait to eat until the host starts. If there's not an official host, wait until everyone at the table has their meal, and then you can start eating. Don't talk business during the meal unless a senior member does. So typically, when you're in a setting like this, just keep it casual. Ask for items politely. It's recommended to pass to the right. While eating, keep your elbows off the table. Don't talk with your mouth full. Chew quietly. Pace yourself so you finish at the same time as everyone. If you're starving, try not to scarf it all down at once. Don't apply makeup, comb your hair, or pick your teeth at the table. If you need to do anything like that, blow your nose, just simply go to the restroom and then come back and resume eating. You all may or may not have the sticky situations scenario worksheet at your tables. I have sent it, but you may not have it. So we'll go over some of the sticky situations that you may encounter together. Some things happen and we may not always know how to handle them. So I'll kind of talk you through some ideas that I have. Feel free to chat after the video and get each other's opinions of how you would handle these situations. If you take a bite of food, and maybe it doesn't agree with you, or you bite into a hard piece of chicken, just simply discreetly spit it out into a napkin, and you can place it under the plate or to the side. If you spill food or drink, just apologize, use your napkin, and gently wipe up the spill. If you need to go to the restroom and wash your hands, of course, you can do that. You may need to ask for extra napkins. The next is guess faux pas. So this simply means if someone else makes a mistake, um, don't correct the other guest. So maybe they're using the wrong fork or the wrong plate. It's not our place to say, hey, you're not doing it correctly. Just don't worry about it and keep moving forward. You probably wouldn't want anyone to point out any of your mistakes either. If there's a foreign object in your food, you can discreetly tell a waiter or a worker and send it back. Don't make a big deal about it, even if it is very unappetizing. If you drop a utensil, maybe a fork or a knife, leave it on the floor and quietly ask a waiter or a server for a replacement. If you have any dietary limitations, try your best to tell the host ahead of time. Of course, if it's um, life-threatening or something that's very severe to you and you want to double check, you could always pull the waiter aside and discreetly talk to them about that. So now we're going to talk about ordering at a restaurant. As I mentioned early, there's going to be times in your life where you attend important dining experiences. Some of those may take place at a banquet type setting, but others may take place at a restaurant. So you may not have um, the same place setting at a restaurant, but there's some things that you can do to try and be as professional as possible. First, research the restaurant for its dress code. It's always better to dress a little nicer if you're not completely sure of the dress code. Second, don't be late, be early, and be sure to turn off your cell phone. This isn't getting dinner with a friend or family. This is a professional type setting, so keep that in mind. And you never know what traffic is going to be like, and so that's why arriving early is always the best policy. Be sure to say please and thank you to the workers and dinner guests. Order food that is easy to eat and not super messy. We probably hear this tip when we think about going on a date. Um, I love ribs, but they're probably not the most appropriate thing to order in a professional type setting. They're messy, they're a little bit tricky to eat. So just think about that. Also, don't order the most expensive thing on the menu. Try and follow the lead of the host. Let them order first. If you are the one hosting, you may find yourself in this situation. Don't order for your guests. Let them order for themselves. If you have any questions, be sure to ask your server and remember that some of the dinner etiquette we discussed from the previous slides, such as dropping a utensil on the floor, um, putting the napkin in your chair. So when it comes to paying the bill, the host usually picks up the tab. If you are the host, be discreet in paying, be sure to tip appropriately. 15% is the standard. 20% is great for excellent service. When filling out the receipt, be sure to just flip it over once you're done. Don't draw attention to it. If you're not the host, simply sit back and let them take care of it, and never fight over the bill if someone else offers to pay. So, whether you are dining at a banquet, home, or restaurant, using proper etiquette demonstrates professionalism, confidence, and creates a positive employee image for building business relationships. Again, um, some of these type settings will probably be new for many of you, and that's perfectly fine. Always remember that kindness and being polite goes the farthest. It's okay. Um, you don't have to go out and buy a super expensive outfit. And we just want to see you all succeed. And I hope that you all have fun tonight. If you have any questions, you all can always contact me. I hope you enjoy the play settings. If you get yours dirty, no problem. Um, just tell them to send me an email and I'll be sure to get them to you. Hope you all have a great evening and a wonderful dinner.